Hi guys, welcome back. In this video, I will be showing you the top programs that you should never install on your computer. So let's get started. Let's start by addressing the operating system. If you are a Windows user, it's critical to avoid downgrading to unsupported versions, such as Windows 7 or 8.1. These systems no longer receive security updates, leaving them vulnerable to modern threats. Microsoft ended support for Windows 7 in January 2020, and for Windows 8.1 in January 2023. Without these updates, your system is exposed to potential security breaches, malware, and other vulnerabilities that can compromise your data and privacy. While it is still possible to downgrade from Windows 11 to Windows 10, anything older than Windows 10 is no longer a viable option for regular use. I've noticed a recurring trend. Many people, even in comment sections, express their desire to continue using Windows 7 because they find it familiar or enjoy its interface. If you're using Windows 7 or 8.1 purely for testing or nostalgia on a secondary device, that's fine. However, if you plan to use it as your primary operating system, I strongly advise against it. The lack of security updates means you're effectively using an outdated and unprotected system in an increasingly digital and interconnected world. To ensure optimal performance, security, and access to new features, I recommend staying with either Windows 11 or Windows 10. Both are actively supported by Microsoft, with regular updates and patches to protect your device and data. Remember, choosing an unsupported operating system not only puts your device at risk, but can also lead to compatibility issues with modern applications and hardware. Stay secure, stick with Windows 10 or 11, and steer clear of anything older. Let's discuss the dangers of pirated software. While it may seem tempting to use pirated applications, games, or movies for free, the reality is that nothing comes without risks. Pirated software often poses serious threats to your privacy and security, including the risk of Trojans, keyloggers, and ransomware. For example, if you're looking to use Microsoft Office without paying for it, you might visit questionable websites or use pirated tools to activate the software. Similarly, if you want to play a paid game for free, you might search for cracked versions online. However, most people never check what these downloaded files actually contain. Many of them are loaded with malicious software, such as keyloggers that can steal your personal information, malware that can compromise your device, or even ransomware that locks your system until you pay a ransom. Pirated software is a significant security risk, and the consequences can be severe. Hackers often embed malicious code into these programs, leaving you vulnerable to data theft, financial loss, and a compromised device. Instead of turning to pirated software, consider legitimate alternatives. For example, if you need Microsoft Office, you can try free alternatives like LibreOffice or Google Workspace or WPS. For paid games, platforms like Steam or Epic Games frequently offer discounts, giveaways, or free game promotions. These legal options allow you to enjoy what you need without putting your security and privacy at risk. Avoid pirated software entirely. The risks far outweigh the benefits, and there are plenty of safe and legal alternatives available to meet your needs. Stay secure and choose legitimate options to protect your data and device. Let's talk about the Zoom app, and I know this might surprise some of you, but I strongly advise against installing it, and many others share this sentiment. Zoom is a popular application used for personal and professional video, conferencing and video calls. However, it has faced significant concerns regarding security and privacy, which you should be aware of before deciding to use it. To provide some context, back in 2019, Zoom faced widespread criticism due to multiple vulnerabilities that allowed hackers to gain access to webcams without users' knowledge. These bugs were so concerning that, for average users, it became nearly impossible to fully remove the app once it was installed. While it's not guaranteed that every user will experience such issues, the random nature of potential attacks means it could happen to anyone. And when it does, removing Zoom and addressing the damage is no easy task. Additionally, if you take a closer look at Zoom's privacy policy, you'll find that the app collects significant amounts of user activity and data. This level of data collection raises valid concerns about how your personal information is being handled. To minimize risk, I recommend avoiding Zoom altogether or using it only as a web-based application without installing it on your devices. If you must use it, avoid granting unnecessary permissions, and try to use it on a secondary device instead of your primary one. This precaution helps protect your sensitive data and ensures that any potential compromise does not impact your main system. In general, for video conferencing and calls, always prioritize security-conscious platforms and avoid giving excessive permissions to any app. Stay informed and cautious when choosing software for your personal or professional needs. Let's talk about registry cleaners, such as CCleaner, JetClean, and similar programs that claim to magically boost your PC's performance by cleaning the registry. The truth is, registry cleaners are not only unnecessary, but can also be outright harmful. Even Microsoft itself advises against using them due to the potential risks involved. Here's why. The Windows registry is a critical part of your operating system. Tampering with it without proper knowledge can lead to serious problems. One wrong move, such as deleting a critical entry, can result in glitches, crashes, or even make your operating system unusable. These programs often operate without truly understanding the nuances of your system, and instead of improving performance, they can create more issues. If your goal is to free up space or optimize your system, you don't need registry cleaners. Windows already provides built-in tools to manually delete unnecessary files, such as temporary files, cache, Windows Update leftovers, and other junk files. These tools are safer, straightforward, and won't risk damaging your system. For the health and stability of your computer, avoid installing third-party registry cleaners. Stick to using Windows built-in tools for maintaining your system and managing disk space effectively. It's a safer and more reliable approach to keeping your PC running smoothly. Third-party antivirus software, like McAfee, Kaspersky, or Norton, is often marketed as essential for protecting your device. But if you're using Windows 10 or Windows 11, there's no real need for it. Windows Security, which comes built in, already provides excellent protection, especially in Windows 11, making additional antivirus software unnecessary for most users. While third-party options might offer a few extra features, they come with significant downsides. These programs tend to consume more system resources, which can slow down the performance of your PC or laptop, especially on lower-end devices. Additionally, they've been at the center of privacy concerns. For example, Kaspersky faced allegations of leaking user data, leading to its ban by the US government. Similar breaches have been reported with other antivirus software, exposing sensitive user information. Moreover, third-party antivirus programs are often plagued by annoying pop-ups, fake alerts, and advertisements. Many users have reported scams tied to these programs, including fraudulent support calls and deceptive subscription renewals, making them more of a liability than a benefit. Windows Security, on the other hand, is lightweight, reliable, and regularly updated by Microsoft to address the latest threats. It provides sufficient protection against viruses, malware, and ransomware without the need for additional software. For most users, it's unnecessary to spend money on third-party antivirus programs when the built-in solution offers comprehensive security. Unless you have specific requirements or advanced technical knowledge, it's best to avoid third-party antivirus software and rely on the free, built-in protection that Windows already provides. Let's talk about outdated and unreliable browsers, such as Internet Explorer, which some people are still using even in 2024. Browsers like this are officially obsolete, and continuing to use them puts you at significant risk. When a browser is outdated or no longer supported, it stops receiving security updates, leaving it vulnerable to modern threats like malware, phishing attacks, and data breaches. Internet Explorer is just one example, but this applies to any browser that no longer receives updates or hasn't been updated in a long time. Using an outdated browser not only compromises your security, but can also lead to compatibility issues with modern websites, making your browsing experience frustrating and unsafe. Even if you're using a browser that is still supported, it's crucial to keep it updated regularly. Updates often include important security patches and new features designed to protect you against emerging threats. To stay secure, avoid using any browser for which support has ended, and ensure that your current browser is always running the latest version. Staying updated is one of the simplest and most effective ways to maintain your online safety. Let's talk about password managers, specifically LastPass, which was once a highly recommended tool, but is now a hard pass. While password managers are designed to securely store and manage your passwords, trusting the wrong one can do more harm than good. LastPass, unfortunately, has demonstrated serious security vulnerabilities that make it unreliable. In August 2022, LastPass was hacked and copies of customer data were stolen. This breach alone was concerning, but it didn't end there. In an unexpected turn of events, LastPass was hacked again in December 2022, just a few months later. This second breach highlighted their lack of robust security measures, as even the company's executives and technical teams couldn't determine the extent of the stolen information. For users, this means that whoever accessed this data potentially obtained sensitive information, including stored passwords for websites and applications, putting their digital security at significant risk. These repeated breaches make it clear why relying on such a service is dangerous. Storing all your passwords in a tool that fails to safeguard them defeats the purpose of a password manager. It's better to avoid using unreliable password managers like LastPass to protect your sensitive information. Your online security is only as strong as the tools you trust, so choose carefully or explore other secure methods to manage your passwords without putting all your data in one vulnerable place. Let's talk about browser extensions. While these tools can be incredibly useful, not all of them are safe to use, and installing unreliable extensions can put your privacy and security at risk. It's important to be cautious and selective when adding any extension to your browser. Take, for example, AdBlock Plus, which initially gained popularity as an effective ad blocker. Over time, however, it launched its own ad network, essentially selling advertisements and collecting user data to target those ads based on browsing habits. This raises serious privacy concerns. Shopping extensions are another common culprit. Many people install them to find better deals while shopping online, but these extensions often come with a hidden cost. For instance, when you're about to check out on a shopping website, you might see a pop-up suggesting cheaper deals on other sites. This behavior clearly indicates that these extensions are tracking your browsing activities and potentially more sensitive information, like your card details, address, and other personal data entered on shopping websites. While browser extensions can enhance functionality and improve your experience, you should never install them without proper research. Before using any extension, look it up online, read reviews, and ensure it's from a reputable developer. If you're satisfied with the feedback and feel confident in its security, then and only then should you proceed with installation. Remember, it's better to be cautious than to compromise your privacy and security. Let's move on to the next category: unreliable VPNs. VPNs are widely used for bypassing geo-blocking, accessing region-locked content, and ensuring security, especially when connected to public Wi-Fi. While VPNs are indeed valuable tools, you need to be cautious about which one you choose. Not all VPNs are trustworthy, and some can do more harm than good. Free VPNs in particular are often the most problematic. Many popular free options have faced major security breaches and data leaks in the past, incidents they often attempt to cover up. Using an unreliable VPN can expose your personal data, browsing history, and sensitive information to potential attackers, completely defeating the purpose of using a VPN in the first place. Before choosing a VPN, thorough research is essential. Avoid making decisions based solely on convenience or cost, as a poor choice could compromise your online privacy and security. Remember, when it comes to VPNs, it's better to invest in a reputable one than to risk your privacy with an unreliable or free alternative. Let's address the risks of using uTorrent. While the application itself doesn't contain viruses or malware, its peer-to-peer, P2P connection model comes with significant risks. When you use uTorrent to download files, there's no guarantee of the safety or authenticity of what you're downloading. Many users have reported being hacked after downloading applications, games, movies, or other files from torrent websites. One major concern is that these downloaded files can often contain malicious software, including viruses, ransomware, or keyloggers. Once installed on your computer, such malware can compromise your personal information, banking details, or even your entire device. There are countless cases where people have lost sensitive data or had their financial accounts drained after falling victim to malicious files downloaded via torrents. To make matters worse, uTorrent itself has faced controversies. According to reports, uTorrent once quietly installed a cryptocurrency miner on users' computers without proper consent. This kind of behavior not only degrades the performance of your system, but also raises serious ethical and security concerns. Many victims of these risks have shared their experiences, highlighting the dangers of using such tools and torrenting in general. It's not just about downloading unsafe files. The very act of using such platforms can expose your device and personal data to hackers. For your safety, avoid installing uTorrent or similar applications. Stick to legitimate sources for downloading files, games, or movies. Protecting your data and security is far more important than taking unnecessary risks with torrent platforms. Be safe and choose trusted, legal alternatives. That's all, guys. If you like this video, then hit the like button and subscribe button. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.